9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yo, how's everybody doing? This is the Parle Podcast coming from the D.L.E. radio. We got a new setup. If you're listening, you won't be able to see, but even if you're listening, you might hear the clear quality of our voices. I still sound sexy though. It's your host.
Please don't start like this, man.
NYKK Mark on Instagram. I got my guys with me.
The woman, thank you.
My bad. Ladies first.
Yeah, right.
Okay, it is the Queen T, the only woman on this show, Tiara. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's _love, LOVE _Tiara, TIERRA.
I guess it's my turn. I'm Carlo. Carlo the CEO, CARLO, THE CEO.
And last but not least, Nigel, the Cozy Files on Instagram, THECOZYFILES.
Okay, before we get into it, when people say last but not least, who are you saying is the least?
Damn, we get it straight into if I had to.
Somebody
Nah,
got to
let me
be
stop.
the least. And you was last, but we got a lot to talk about. A lot of things going on in the world. We'll talk about Kyrie, Nicki Minaj, with their hot takes, BMF, Omarion's beef. We're still talking about him in 2021. And a lot of shit. So we'll get into it. We'll just go to a quick break, and we'll be back to you.
Oh,
Here we go. All right. And we are back. So let's get into it. I'm not sure if you guys seen it, but Nicki Minaj had CNN talking about her cousin's balls. And all this vaccine stuff. Honestly, I mean, we could talk about your feelings on it, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But the main thing that I took from this situation is being responsible with your platform.
Right.
yeah.
So why do you feel like she was irresponsible or responsible?
Yeah, it's a two-way street though.
I feel like she was irresponsible with her platform.
Of course
Now-
you do.
But she don't have to
It's not an obligation.
She's not a role model.
Okay.
I mean, she's a role
She
model
is,
for
though.
some people.
No, okay,
It's not her choice.
It's not her choice to be a role model. She's just being herself. Huh?
So when you decide to become famous, you don't choose when you tweet knowing you have millions of followers. You're not.
But what did she do that was irresponsible, though? That's what I want to know. Or responsible in your
But she
opinion.
tweeted what her own opinion was on that. It could have been.
It wasn't.
You could look at
opinion.
it.
It wasn't.
You
an
could be like,
opinion.
oh, it's
It wasn't-
wrong.
Yo, I think my cousin's balls got swollen because of the vaccine. She said
That's
that
her hot take
That's what
on it.
happened, and
But she
had,
also told people to do their research. Like, she just said that was her personal experience with everything that's going on. So you feel like people, like celebrities and stuff, shouldn't have a take on what the vaccine does or how they feel about it?
I think they need to be aware of how it's going to be received. Because, like
There
I
you
said,
go.
like when you,
So shouldn't doctors too? Because I feel like the CDC changed their opinion
Doctors
every
do,
other
though.
month.
that's their main job. They have to
Yeah,
know
they
how
have
it's being
to.
received. But
Everything is peer reviewed, and they have to make sure.
when you become famous, it's like it's not your choice of being a role model because you've amassed a bunch of people following and listening to
Barkley.
everything you say anyway. So it's like
That's it.
you have to
Charles
be
City.
aware of how people going.
But somebody's always gonna be mad about something.
Exactly. But so
Yeah, but I
you're-
mean, you could be
you're
right.
forcing
you could
somebody
be
to
wrong.
be in
Some
a
people
position.
are mad about the color of our skin, but it's not like we could change that. You know what I mean? So
I mean, I feel like she said what she said. Either you're gonna take it or you're just not.
Like I don't have to listen to Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
I wasn't looking at her for healthcare advice.
Y'all finna get the barbs on y'all. It's gonna be over with.
No, it's not even that. I'm just saying, like, she can state her opinion. That's her opinion. I'm not.
Right.
She didn't state it as an opinion, though.
What,
Yeah, she
said it as,
did.
like a fact.
She
stated,
never
like-
said that this is a fact. She said,
she
do
say?
your own research. This is what happened to my cousins, and this is their experience, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to personally
Does she
do my
know
own.
that that's what happened to her cousins, though?
That's what they told her.
Do she
So-
know that's what happened to her cousin? So you're gonna be over here like, I listen to every phone conversation.
What I'm saying is, did she know that the vaccine is what caused my man's balls to swell up?
I mean,
I
look,
mean, maybe not, but you don't know.
Right, so you don't throw that out there in the air knowing that you have...
it's an
Right.
estimated guess.
Right.
Maybe he like, okay, I didn't do nothing
Nah, but
different.
now's not the time
My
for
joint
estimated
is
guesses.
not going nothing
Right,
on.
right. You
And
saw
all
the
of a
same
sudden, I
thing.
get this vaccine and my joint swell up. So it's like,
I mean, I guess. But okay, so what about the Kyrie Irving thing? So what you feel about that?
Oh, man. Listen, Kyrie, he definitely needs to relax. I think at this point, and I think it's a problem with a lot of people, you've gotten to the point where being a contrarian is being an intellectual.
He trying to be the NBA's Colin Kaepernick. I
Yeah,
feel like.
yeah. And I
But
feel
Colin
like,
had some good points. What he was protesting was
I mean,
just
I'm
like,
not trying to compare the points. I'm just saying he's trying to put the world on his back for everyone that believes in what he believes
What he
in.
believes.
He wants to be like
but
he wants to be a
here's the
martyr?
problem. I don't think he has anything he believes in. I think
Oh,
he believes
okay. But what about Nicki?
I think he believes in anything that is against
oh,
what
like,
the main people believe in.
oh,
So
just a
if-
general contrary.
If
like,
everyone was like, don't take the vaccine, if the government was like, don't take the vaccine,
yeah,
he'd be like, yo, like, do your own research. Why you listen to them telling you not to take it?
So
Go
you
take
feel
it.
like he's just against.
Contrarian. He's a contrarian.
Mm.
The earth is round, no, it's flat.
But I don't know, bro. If he's
That
willing to
sound like you.
lose 200 M's behind
I'ma
it,
be
he gotta
honest.
have some real
yeah,
belief.
I
in
would
it.
have been like, look, y'all. So did y'all want the needle in? Like, we can go ahead.
200
My money-
M's
that
is
money?
crazy.
No.
200 M's is crazy.
He's
until
standing
you
on a point because he
realize-
feels like, does he feel like he's going to make that back by being there?
He said he want to be a voice for
Their
the
martyr?
voiceless.
Okay, yeah.
He made that
So-
up.
do you
Trying
my
to
fault.
sell.
Do you hear how that sounds? It's so sellable. He
It
gonna
sounds
sell
like
that,
Colin
bro.
Kaepernick, bro.
Yeah, no, he is.
He's for sure
He
gonna sell
is.
that.
Yeah.
So he want 200. He gonna be like, well, I got 250 off of this deal.
Nigga think he Lil Durk.
Little dirt.
Voice of the streets.
I don't know.
I'm old.
I
You
feel
know
like
what's
at the end of the
Dirk?
day, anybody can have their own opinion about
What?
the
No, no,
vaccine
hold on.
and what they
Yeah.
want to do.
But
with
if
it.
you have millions of
I'm
followers,
sorry.
you have to present it in a way.
So you have to
Yeah,
lie.
exactly.
You
Because
don't have
what-
to lie, but
so
you
what?
have to. I don't want to just
If
keep.
you don't
You can't be
personally
crazy
like,
with your opinion on social media. It's that
There
simple.
you go.
They gotta go
What?
through checks
You
and
can, no,
balances.
what I'm
for
saying
real.
is you can't be crazy with your opinion on social media when your platform is something that you're benefiting from people who could get offended from it. You can't do that. Like,
but
the-
shouldn't you be authentic to who you are?
yes, for sure.
It's
Be
not even about
authentic.
people being offended. I think you just can't mislead people in the wrong direction based off.
You
of
But
just
the
maybe
have
fact
that's
to-
what he really
You
thinks.
have to kind of censor it, and he probably do
That's
think
why he
that.
gotta-
So that's why he like.
he got to be
but
more
he's
responsible
wrong.
with it. At least in my
Because I feel
opinion.
like he's in a position where people can educate him. It shouldn't be no
He's for
reason
sure
for
in a
that.
position.
Here's my thing, and the same thing with Nicki
Yeah.
Minaj, and the same thing with Kyrie. Where are these people doing their own research?
Twitter.
The interwebs, just like us,
Where do you go to get your own research?
they know the people. They
That's all
got
I know.
influence.
I don't know.
I'm
That's
saying when they tell their followers to do your own research, what does that mean exactly?
I know niggas is not hopping on no scholarly sites.
No. Vaccineswellyourballs.com. And they're gonna be like, see?
Honestly, I don't know. I feel like it's just a weird time for everybody. You don't know really
What I'm saying
no
is, if I'm
information for
already
real.
in a position like where they're at, and they have to do all this in and out, doing this, that, and the third. After hundreds of millions of people would have took the vaccine, I would have been in there like, all right, well, you know, what's the worst that can happen to me? I'm a human just like
Here's
them.
my
They
problem.
feel like they bigger than what it really is.
Here's my
bro.
problem with Kyrie.
You done had a million surgeries.
That, and it's 82 games, right?
Mhm.
You're shitting me if you don't think he's gonna end up getting that vaccine sooner or later. He already set it up by saying what? He's not anti-vax.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's not.
He's
yeah,
setting it up.
not-
He's gonna come back and
Yeah.
he's gonna get that
He's
vaccine.
gonna miss like a week maybe, and then he'll be back.
Right. He just needs to set a tone. Like, you're not gonna
Yeah,
tell me
like,
what to do.
I'm not finna-
I'll miss some checks. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? He's setting that tone. Like, you.
To me,
money
that's just
don't move
stupid
me.
then. Because
It
you,
is.
you do all of
It's
this.
very stupid just to fold again. Like
It's not even
it's
about
like
the
you
point
can really
at this,
pre
at this,
get
at
it
this
done,
time. It's not
to
even
be
about
honest.
the point you're trying to make. You're just
Right,
trying to
right,
like.
right.
That's most influencers. I feel like
Yeah.
they should be saying stuff at the moment to gain following, gain attention, and then just do what
Gain
everybody else
notoriety.
do.
There you go.
Because you can ride that wave for a long time. Look
You
at
can.
Kodak. Kodak be in jail and the wave be getting rolled. Like he's saying
Okay,
this.
but
Like
okay,
young
so
boys.
we talking about
Yeah,
riding
exactly.
waves. So that's when I'm gonna just bring in this new subject, the whole Squid Games thingy.
It's
I
just a
feel
TV
like
show.
everybody rode this wave. Like,
All right, I have a theory that Netflix has a team that goes into social media and they make something trend.
Of course
they
they
do.
do.
People, all right. So it happened with Bird Box.
That's just
Yeah.
Bird Box was so.
marketing. And I didn't even watch
Garbage.
Bird Box.
that movie was not good.
I didn't watch it.
It was
Yeah,
garbage.
you
Damn.
saved your time, bro. believe
Yeah.
me.
And they did the same thing with Squid Game.
But-
They kind of injected it into social media, and now everybody ran to go see what everybody was talking
Yeah,
about.
it's like the
But
number
they
The thing
think
is,
so, though?
to be
'Cause it
honest,
wasn't-
Squid Games is a good show though.
It's an international movie.
okay.
It's an
I
international
feel like
show.
it's
Yeah,
the
maybe.
fact that it's international and it's not even like.
But
spoken
that's
in
what
English.
Netflix has a Netflix.
The fact that they were able to push that to #1 is kind of crazy.
It's the most
Like,
watched
do you think that
series
they'll set it up?
ever on
Yeah.
Netflix.
Yeah, an international movie with no like white lead. You feel me? Like that's kind of unspoken.
Listen, man, China got 1 billion niggas over there.
They're
Yo,
Korean,
You
bro.
don't, you don't need.
And they're Korean. What are you talking about, bro? You're wild.
Yo, listen.
We can't smoke.
Oh my god, this man is crazy.
Listen, what I'm saying is he
Yo.
brought up a race, white. So I'm saying an Asian lead.
Okay, that's
Okay.
better.
Go.
Right,
Yes.
right. So what I'm saying is the Asian population has a lot of people that will look to that and be like, okay, you know, I could get with that.
But we
Watch
also
it.
watched it too. It's an entertaining show. I enjoyed it.
Right, but,
Thoroughly
also-
I
enjoyed it.
would body that show. Boy. If they throw me on there, I'm coming out with
Oh,
some bread.
God, me, I'm coming out
I'm
with some
coming out with
bread.
something.
Yeah, I know. I'm dead for sure. Nah.
Nah, look, I'm trying to tell you, I would have played that little, what is it, green light, red light? I would have been straight.
body.
I could get that game, but that whole walking
little
across
glass.
the glass, yeah, no.
Probably
Hey, no,
would've
look,
took me
I'm gonna
out.
tell you, the glass, that would be the only thing I was worried about, but I also thought
hopscotching
about
that motherfucker.
grabbing the the metal part.
They not
But they
having
all
that.
They would have had it shake, or they would have had it like
They would have
tased
shot your
me.
ass. Yeah.
But you know, promoters in Atlanta took that Squid Game to a whole nother level.
They do that with
Yeah,
every.
listen.
Hey, look, I know the people
In
on
the
that
club.
party, and they do that with every like trending topic. That's their thing, though.
I mean, I guess
You know,
that's,
it works for them.
it does.
Does it?
Yeah, it for sure does.
Okay. I mean, I can't.
I mean, we just talking about how people take stuff, use it, run, get their money in.
And run away with it. That's
Right.
it. And they make their money for sure.
I think Kyrie.
They had a bird box party. If y'all remember that, that was them.
No, I
Same
don't
people.
remember
Listen, what was the Bird Box party?
And they just put like the bird box cover, and it was like
You had to come in blindfold.
yeah,
Yeah.
type deal.
That's the
But it's not-
dumbest.
Fucked up.
But it's not. It wasn't really like.
They
I'm not
ran
coming
It's just a thing.
everybody's
Y'all gotta
pockets.
understand. It's just a thing.
I could see maybe around Halloween,
I
but
sound a little bit better right here.
oh my god.
Yo, get this nigga out my ear.
Take the headphones off.
Hey, no, what I'm saying is like I felt like I sounded far away. I sound clearer right here.
You feel like you sound sexier up close?
Nah, I mean I know how I sound. I sound fine.
Okay.
Okay. This man is rubbing his non-existent beard.
Okay. All right.
Well, nah.
All right. So we'll we'll end it right there. Since you want to talk about my facial hair, and we'll play some music and get back to you guys.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Hey, Will, this shit is fucking cold.
I don't do nothing average. I'm on a whole different status, yeah. $1,000 for my fabrics. We in a whole different bracket, yeah. You ain't ever met a boss like this. You ain't ever met a boss like this. I just bought a Benz and they rented. Windows tinted, got her baby daddy in it. Fuck him in the backseat, that's how I'm feeling. I ain't gotta go live, bitch, that's how I'm really living. Panoramic brain glass in the ceiling. Who fucking with me? It's not a bitch they can mention. Hoes want attention, they don't want no tension. Put the pussy on his tongue, disappear, no magician, Niggas wanna hang around me like wet clothes. You can't fuck with me in my worst and your best mode. I'm the type to dog a nigga, y'all just dog hoes. Type of bitch that sell drugs, hoe, not no damn clothes. How you think I got my wrist like this? Penthouse views, you can see my life real lit. I'm the first bitch to show 'em what a boss bitch is. Niggas say my name, remind them who dick this is. I don't do this.
I'm in a whole different bracket, spent a fortune on the paddock, but it's just a small portion, nigga name it, we done had it, always kept some money flowing, that's what gave me boss status, used to play the block trapping, now I wake up in a mansion, lifestyle lavish, cut from a different fabric, can't touch her if she average, only fucking with the baddest, 560 Benz AMG G-Wagon, the money flow rapid, I just catch it and I stack it, used to tend to a fiend's habit, now a nigga ballin', if I want it, I can grab it, everything I talk, I can back it, told her baby I'm the whole package, Louis kicks with the Louis jacket. You ain't never seen a boss like this, that floss like this. Let me talk my shit. Pull up with no roof like I lost my shit. Balled on another hater, let me cross my list. Fuck 'em.
I don't do nothing average. I'm on a whole different status, yeah. $1,000 for my fabrics. We in a whole different bracket, yeah. You ain't never met a boss like this. You ain't never met a boss like this. $200 plates right from La Culture. Cop the black beans, had to do it for the culture. Racking up sky miles, feel like a vulture. Pretty face, body shape, perfect like a sculpture. Don't compare me to no bitch, niggas can't fuck with me. Never been a loud mouth, money talk for me. All these foreign, somebody tell Trump, please forgive me. I can see it in their face how these bitches envy. I don't get paid, I have to pay the taxes. All this ice on me like I was robbing that basket. Life changed when I seen $1 million in plastic. Spokesman for the boss bitches if somebody asking. Marble on the floor with cathedral on the ceiling. Versace on the bra, yeah, that's how my titties sitting. VVS diamonds got my neck and wrist chilling. This is what it look like when a boss bitch winning, huh? I don't do nothing average. I'm on a whole different status, yeah. $1,000 for my fabrics. We in a whole different bracket, yeah. You ain't never met a boss like this. You ain't never met a boss like this.
Yup. And we're back. So you guys are talking about BMF, 50's Empire, his what he's done with
His
stars.
latest notch in the Empire.
Yeah.
Latest notch.
Definitely. The fact that you haven't watched any really of his shows is crazy.
Is it crazy?
Yes.
Mr. New York. Mr. North.
Right.
I was a big
Mr.
50
Got New York
music
tatted on
fan.
me.
You know what I'm saying? G Unit. You know what I'm
you
talking
don't
about?
believe in a black man's evolution, bro?
Facts.
Listen, I can support
Man's
it
a
without
media
watching
mogul.
it. You know what I'm saying?
How so?
So,
Right.
Please explain it. Do you pay for stars?
by coming on podcasts
No.
and shit, don't
You
it?
don't pay for stars. This man doesn't pay for stars, and he just want to talk about it.
Listen, I didn't shit on it yet.
You haven't even watched it.
No, but
You can't shit on it.
even like all jokes aside, even though you don't watch anything on Stars, but I feel like 50 Cent has really put on a lot of young black actors, honestly, because we see Tariq come up from when he was first on Power. He was like, he had to be no more than like 10 to now having his own sequel basically and be the star.
Now, let me ask you this. You guys think Tariq is a good actor?
I feel like from
Why
where he
not?
started, yes.
From what he does.
Oh my God, you just hate everything.
What do you want him to do? Be Denzel in a TV show?
Listen,
What are you talking about?
my man be giving Blake stares to do a dumb shit. The
No,
whole show.
Michael
That's
Rainey
all he
Jr.
does.
has come a long way. I feel like he's progressing.
I want to
We've
say he
seen
came
him
a long way.
progress.
He
Like,
just grew up. It's kind of like,
this man on
he
this
had to get
turn-
better.
Yeah, he just.
So you
had
guys
to
really
do it.
rock the 50 shows?
yeah,
Yes.
I watch
Yeah.
him.
You don't feel like he's putting on a lot of people? I mean, you
I
can't.
don't feel like he
All
putting
right,
people
all right. If
on
you wanna-
because it's production companies that hire people. He just
morals out of it.
he's just gonna do the job.
No,
like,
because for
he's-
me-
what 50 does is promote and be an executive producer in shows, and that's what he brings to it. He brings the attention to it, and he brings the ideas. And the
Nah,
Yes.
but once it's
Yes.
under your name, though, you gotta have. Some
I'm
type
feeling
of-
like he has some type of ownership in the deal, of course.
But
like,
he brought on
I mean, you gotta
Little
have a
Meech.
sense of pride
He
behind
did
it.
that.
because Little Meech. I mean,
For
nah,
DMF, he brought in Little Meech. He gave him 2 years of acting classes just so he could fit the role and play his dad. Like
That
that's
is
really
hard.
putting somebody
I mean,
on.
yeah, then that's different.
All right.
I
So
didn't
let me
know that
ask you
story.
this though:
But
like, is putting Little Meech on something that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what exactly?
because Little
like-
Meech was gonna be straight regardless.
Yeah, like, you
I mean,
know,
he
you
probably
know what I'm
was.
saying? He's not taking Little Meech out the hood and putting him on Stars.
I mean,
you know
everyone
what I mean?
knows who his family is
Right.
and all of that, but still, like, if that's what he wanted to do, he wanted to act or whatever, and 50 Cent gives him the platform to, like, okay, you know what, I'm about to coach you and mold you so you can be a better actor and play
I
your
get it.
dad.
It's a commendable thing.
And the
but
boy, he's only 21. Not to say like, oh my God, he was never gonna have no money. When I mean put on, I mean like he is setting him up for other shows as well because he just got a role in Euphoria. So and that's a major show that's on which HBO
oh my
Max.
God, it's spreading.
What?
50 Cent's Empire is leaving 50 Cent's Empire.
Oh my God, you're such a hater.
He's a good actor. He does a good job.
He does. I thought that he was already actually when I first watched BMF, I didn't even know, like I said, really who Big Meech was, and then I started researching and all that, and I'm like, okay, and then I'm like, you know what? This boy looks just like him, and I'm like, oh wow, that's his son. So I'm like, okay,
But
that's,
I don't know. I
I
don't
feel
watch the shows
inspired to
enough
play your dad.
have a non-biased opinion on it, but
So you didn't watch Raising Kanan or Ghost Book? Wow.
Might not
Where do y'all be
have.
watching? Discovery Channel?
YouTube.
ID? You know that.
ID, yeah, that's my shit. Real life crime, you know what I'm saying?
This man here.
So you don't know nothing about nothing.
I watched Power when it first came on, but
I heard it got like
it just got
cheesy.
too.
It got a
cheesy.
little-
It was real cheesy.
It got a
And
little
so
cheesy,
I
but then
kinda
after
felt
that,
like-
it picked back. It's a TV show, so I
felt-
feel like I'm just watching.
You know what? I feel like for a crack documentary, you know what I'm saying? For 1980s New York, I need like some YouTube series. I need some niggas in.
like less censorship.
Yeah, I need some
Oh, I-
niggas in New York
Like low budget
with
low
an
quality
iPhone 6 filming everything.
What?
I don't need executive producer 50 Cent
Hey, it
and
was a show. What was that show called? I know you don't know. what I'm
Money
talking
and
about.
Violence.
Yeah, Money and Violence.
That's what I
shit
need.
was
I
hard.
need
Hey,
bad
are they still
actors.
making that? I remember
don't know.
watching that one summer.
I need someone using their real bricks as the props and then going to sell them after. That's what I
Are
need.
you? That sounds like a federal indictment.
That's what I need.
This man
I
here,
need
that's
season
stupid.
3 to be
It wouldn't
canceled
be
because
season 3.
dude
Right.
is fighting a case.
Now y'all in prison.
Not dude is fighting the case.
That's
how
what I
you know
need.
it's real.
That's what I
Yes,
need.
sir.
I don't
And they put
need.
up at the end of the show, they'd be like, "Yo, these events were inspired by real life." It's
But
like that's how you
that
do
would
it.
be so dumb on like a drug dealer perspective. Like, why would you want the camera on you just so you can get caught up with the feds?
Of course, I'm
That's how drug dealers
exaggerating,
are.
but I need
you act
something.
like you just be really in the sticks, like for real.
I need my.
you live in the suburb.
I need my crack shows to be in the sticks. Is what I'm saying.
Yo, don't let Tierra play with you on this mic like this, bro.
What? He live in the suburbs talking about I need real bricks. I'm like, what?
We are recording in the trenches right now. Don't let her fool you. but-
Whatever.
No,
these green
I just
screens
feel
for
like
you?
I just feel like
Hey, if we could change it,
I feel like Stars is not the place to go to for, you know what I'm saying? All right, so
Stars
if
is
you
one of the
look at-
less censored TV
That
platforms.
sounds cool, but if
So you don't
look
think 50's
at,
done nothing?
if you man, listen, 50 Cent is a promoter. You think he was cooking up vitamin water?
Oh my god.
Hey, when I was little, I did think he was in that bitch cooking it up. I'm not gonna hold
I
you.
thought 50 Cent was making vitamin water, but no, he's just
But
just
that's
a
any
face
of these
behind it.
companies. They're always the face of it. You think they be back there doing the hard labor? No.
If you go to Paid in Full, right?
okay.
If you look at Dame Dash,
Mhm.
he brought together Paid in Full. They just brought that movie to a studio. They didn't exactly that movie wasn't made by a studio. It didn't have like, you know what I'm saying? It didn't have white directors behind it.
The suits.
Okay,
It was, and you know Dame Dash was big on making sure the suits don't
Yeah,
come in
right.
into this shit. So he made it, you know, it started from the street. They got, you know, good actors, whatever, and then they brought it to the studio.
So you're
I
trying to-
feel like with these 50 Cent shows, they're getting birthed out the studio. Like,
So
yo,
they're
50,
not
what up?
And they
authentic.
just plugging people.
Yeah,
in,
they're not
like,
authentic, and
it's
and
not
they're
organic.
exactly. And it's a lot of actors, and it's a lot of corny shit where it's kind of like.
I mean, but that's what
But
entertainment
I'm not
is, though,
watching
bro.
it for
Really.
the real ass.
Authenticity?
Yeah, it's entertainment. It's literally to entertain me.
I feel like he does a good
Oh,
job
that's
at telling
funny.
the story in
When
a
people
way.
like, I see the director. I
Everything is
see the
glamorized.
direction.
Bro, that's
Yeah.
how all of social media is. Bro.
Right. Your
Literally
whole life
everything.
is glamorized. Honestly.
Everything content.
But I mean, that's what
basis.
content is supposed to be, though. Like,
Yeah.
just something you enjoy, and then that's it. Like, you're not really supposed to be in here.
It is type
Like,
sad,
oh,
though.
I need to process it,
And you know what? All right.
because when I start doing that, I don't enjoy it no more. I don't want to. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna pick apart everything that I'm watching. I'm like,
I understand
okay.
that, and for certain people, I
I
guess
do
they
that.
just want to sit back and enjoy it.
Exactly.
You know what
I had to
But
start telling myself
I guess
that.
for me, it's for me, it just I can't enjoy it when it just looks too sensationalized.
Okay,
and
so
too-
what's one of
too
your
fake.
favorite shows, Marcus? One of your favorite movies, something? Because you always hating on something. So I just want to
I already
see.
said it. We got Paid in Full. You know what I'm saying?
You gonna say all New York shit?
Right.
That's what Painful is actually one of like in my top 5. But you know,
What else we got? No. We can take it to Cali. I like Menace to Society.
Okay, we're talking about recently.
Recently?
All the way back 20 years ago.
He's from that era, but it's not playing with
that man was just born in that era.
Can I think of something recently that I really mess with in terms of black content?
Let's say like
What has
2010
been,
and up.
You know what?
Groundbreaking.
Honestly, because we're so far away from that era, I feel like anything coming
But why are you so stuck there?
coming
We
out
ain't never
now
going back.
because they're still making content based on that era. So I feel like we're too far away from that era to really capture the authentic vibes from that era. So I don't like to watch anything from that era. You know what I mean?
So you don't like nothing from 2000?
No,
and
give
up-
me
I'm 2010 and up.
give me Insecure. You know what I'm saying? Give me feel good black shows. I don't.
Insecure is a good show.
Yeah.
Shout out to Issa.
Yeah,
That's a good
that's
show.
coming on
I'm
soon.
Insecure, Team Lawrence.
He didn't do anything wrong.
Oh God.
He just needed to figure out his life, and she cheated on him. Women, man.
Yeah,
Sounds
she's
like-
a
We're
hoe.
not gonna even get into that
I'm
topic.
not
Yeah,
gonna get into it.
but I'll give him. We're not getting another episode. I promise.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? I you know,
Issa's a
because we're
hoe
so.
in the show.
Issa is not a hoe in the show.
She literally had sex with like 3 niggas. Fuck out of here.
Yo.
And what do y'all be doing?
She cheated on her boyfriend.
Okay,
I
cheating
don't
on her
hear it.
boyfriend
My
was
man
don't
said
wanna
3
hear
was 3 too many.
3 is the lie.
cheating on her boyfriend was, you know.
Cheated on her boyfriend, and then she cheated with niggas that was very in close proximity. So a nigga that was downstairs, fuck out of here. What? You couldn't go to a nigga down the street?
I
You
swear
still would've
Thug
said
just
she was
rapped
a
about
hoe?
that on his album too.
That's some hoe shit, bro. You fucking a nigga that's downstairs. I gotta walk
But what
past this
about her?
nigga.
Okay,
I'ma
but
come to
in the
crib.
show, it's about her coming, like finding herself. Lawrence was
She
fucking
was
how many
30
girls?
something, and Lawrence was single when he was doing
She
that.
was single when she was fucking 3 niggas.
Nope. She
Yes, she
fucked that
was.
one nigga first, and then they broke up. And until she did
Oh
that,
my
then
god,
she was
she
doing
wasn't
some
with.
whole shit.
Oh my god.
And then she
Y'all
still
some
wanna be with
hypocrites.
Lawrence.
Boy.
Hey,
Lawrence
Hey,
literally
look, wait, hold on. Can I
got
say something real quick?
chlamydia on the show.
For our audio
He got
listeners.
chlamydia because he was just being a dummy.
And he was out here single and being a
And-
hoe.
He's talking about
He's
chlamydia.
single, so he can move. He can move how he
For our
wants.
audio listeners, there's 3 black men in this room, and y'all know black men don't cheat. So I just wanted to
Oh,
just say that.
facts.
Yeah, we have
Throw
to
that in
establish
there
That is a
while
fact.
we on
She
this
did
topic.
throw the word out
Y'all-
hypocrite, and
Yeah, that's
Y'all are
crazy.
hypocrites.
that would mean that we would have to be doing what we're
Exactly.
Y'all are.
Okay.
I'm
Exactly.
just trying to be transparent with our listeners, so that's all.
Are you there whispering?
I was. I was saying, talk closer to the mic.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you, thank you,
It sounds way better.
thank you. I sound good.
Okay, this man here.
Yeah, all right.
Oh my god.
Hey, this is a nice little setup, bro. Shout out D.L.E. Radio for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Really,
definitely.
shout them out for real.
Yeah,
And that's
yeah.
right.
If you guys seen our old shows, it's definitely an upgrade.
Came a
you
long
know?
way.
But as
You
long
gotta
as we
start from
have
somewhere.
me on it, you know,
Listen,
it'll
man.
always be visually
Oh
No,
my
sir.
God.
appealing.
Stop
you know.
that.
I'm
Visually
really the
appealing. That
visual
was-
appeal, but it's okay.
Great.
We really
You know,
gotta talk about
Tiara,
it.
because men, you know what I'm saying? I'll let you have the eye candy roll, all right?
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's 3 of us, Marcus. We can gang up on her.
Don't
Listen,
That's
so what, you
never
want us to
worked
fight for
before.
who will be the eye candy?
Actually, no. Yeah, actually, right.
Yeah, we'll let Tiara have that one. Yeah.
Oh my. Okay, so I know we've been talking about a lot of crazy stuff, but
What you got for
I-
us?
want us to talk about this whole this Millennium tour beef. I know because you talking about old school us back in the day.
Listen,
Millennium tour beef? What
right?
was
So, Omarion and
We talking about whole behavior. So let's talk about April.
April out here wilding.
Who's that?
Wilding.
Amarion's baby mama
Okay.
here's
who
my,
got with Fizz.
and I may be wrong here too, but what is it with 2000s? Like, what is? Why does the 2000s have a hold on our generation?
The same reason the 90s has a hold on you.
Yeah, it really.
The 90s, I wouldn't do a 90s theme party. I
That could
wouldn't
be a
do.
thing though.
That's the thing, though. You
Has
can't
there ever
do
been a 90s tour?
Yes, they're doing.
There should be.
They should be.
I mean, I
There
feel like
could
the
be.
Millennium
Oh,
tour.
The Millennium
It's
tour.
kind of like
Then they got
late
the
90s,
2000.
2000s.
Then they got the Jeezy Gucci Man, all them niggas tour. They're all on like tour right now. They're going
That was
crazy.
it. Was just a moment, bro. But look,
I think it was just a
It's an
different
era,
era.
But with those
It's an era.
dudes, they're still they made it past that era. You know what I'm saying? Where did Omarion stop at?
Omarion.
Icebox in 06?
Oh wow.
Omarion went crazy though. He makes hits though.
Oh,
he was
yeah.
with MMG for a little bit, bro.
Yeah.
What
You
was his
hate
name?
everyone.
What was his name? MMGO? That's his name.
That was his name?
Yeah, he changed it to like MMGO or something.
MMGO, bro.
He did?
Yeah,
You gotta rebrand somehow, bro.
Listen,
No, that's corny.
he's still making money.
Exactly.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
I'm never
what
calling
he's doing.
niggas O.
Thank you.
What I'm saying is like he never had to go on Love and Hip Hop. His shorty did.
He did. But okay, so let's talk
He
about
wasn't broke. It wasn't like that.
it. But he was.
You
No,
don't
he
know that.
was on Love and Hip Hop. He definitely was.
I don't watch the show, so to be honest, I don't know.
I mean, I don't watch the show either anymore, honestly. But he was on that show.
Oh well.
So-
They be getting bags per episode.
But I wanted to
They
talk
do,
about.
and plus Omarion's forever gonna be like the big, bro. He's going viral right now with that little dance thing on TikTok.
Oh,
Yeah.
So it's like like I said, bro. As in this era, as long as you have the content and like stuff like that, you can garner as much as you want.
But like Tierra was saying,
If
I
you
mean,
figured out a way to get paid for every
look at
play,
what's going on. They got beef on the tour. They're apologizing to each other on
I feel
stage.
like that was so not. Like, that's not the time, I feel like, to apologize
It's the
to me.
perfect time because that's what we're
I
doing.
feel like
that's
That's
so
what we're
fake.
doing right now. Tierra.
is
talking about it.
We're talking about it.
That's true. I mean, you got
And
the
look,
point
man,
across.
public humiliation deserves a public apology.
Yeah, but I feel like it's just not genuine because that was
I
some real. It
mean-
wasn't just for the world. It wasn't just reality. That was some real stuff that happened between their friendship.
You
I'm sure
said
they
that they
chopped
was
it up.
really in love. They had to chop it up about it.
They
before-
probably chopped it up behind the scenes, and then they had to like portray it for the audience.
the audience.
Okay, let me
To
see.
I'm
make it-
hoping.
to-
I'm
for a
assuming.
photo op. It's good.
He
It's
messed
good.
up having a
It's
friend
good
named
press
Fizz to
for
begin.
the tour.
And
I'm
he,
never shaking it.
Because I know people that went to the
Like
tour
that.
yesterday. They just had it in Atlanta yesterday, and
Yeah, I saw.
and people had a blast.
Yeah,
Did
it
they?
looked like it was a fun
Literally,
tour.
like had a time of their lives.
It looked fun. There
Pretty
was a lot of
Ricky.
people there.
People was like, and they brung people out, so it's kind of like all in one. See everybody you've ever just been listening to growing
Okay,
up.
what happened to
I
the whole little
guarantee-
Pretty Ricky situation though? Because wasn't he going to prison for that PPP
Oh yeah.
loan scheme?
Yeah, but I
so,
mean, he got out.
I
Yeah.
did.
He had like
Did you get
26
out?
million in PPP loans.
but he didn't pay that back.
I mean,
Wait,
of course he
he-
didn't pay it out. He has to go to court. He's just out on bond.
But they're letting you tour and all. I mean, I guess it's just
You
a
have
loan.
to
It
get
ain't murder.
you have to get money in order to even go to
I
court.
think it depends on the judge.
And yeah, and
Some judges
and
be
I don't think
buttholes.
he had like any like priors for real. Like you can finesse that.
Everybody
Listen,
came off PPP.
you'll pay that back. You'll pay that back. But,
Pay back the
guess.
26 M's.
all right, so we'll go to a quick break and we'll get back to you guys.
All right.
AJK.
I was in my body, could've caught a body. Been hurt so many times, I can't trust nobody. Cut off a nigga I love, I can't cry about it. For the ones that I love, I'll die behind them. Tryna heal from the pain, but I ain't talked about it. If it ain't a good vibe, I can't be around it. Be around it. I was in my body, could've caught a body. Been hurt so many times, I can't trust nobody. I spent my life in a movie in this past week. I done been through too much, it's starting to stress me. They ain't understand this pain, they don't understand. I'm just trying to get this money, that's my only plan. Hey, how you say you love me when you was never there for me? But I done took the good with the bad. Late nights, I still think about my past. Hit the highway, make the hit me do the dash. They tell me slow down, my life is moving too fast. Designing everything on my body. All gold, red bottoms and Versace. Bottom barrel bitches can't tie me. Tell the baby daddy come and tie me. You and me, you know it ain't no love lost. My bad shit, I really had to cut them off. I was in my body, could've caught a body. Been hurt so many times, I can't trust nobody. Cut off a nigga I love, I can't cry about it. For the ones that I love, I'll die behind it. Tryna heal from the pain, but I ain't talked about it. If it ain't a good vibe, I can't be around it. Be around it. I was in my body, could've caught a body. Been hurt so many times, I can't trust nobody. I got my nigga creeping where I sleep at. Show you how to be a man, I can't teach that. But my trust ain't no love, I don't need that. Fucked up in the head, I'm having flashbacks. How you say you real and you squeal on me? Say longevity, then you turn on me. That love phony, that love phony. Remembering your mishaps, shit you found on me. I don't know what's gotten into you. Now you in my review. I thought it was just me and you. Never would I change on you. I was in my body, could've caught a body. Been hurt so many times, I can't trust nobody. Cut off a nigga I love, I can't cry about it. For the ones that I love, I die behind it. Tryna heal from the pain, but I ain't talked about it. If it ain't a good vibe, I can't be around it. Be around it. I was in my body, could've caught a body. Been hurt so many times, I can't trust nobody. Trust nobody.
It was not any episode.
I'll never let anyone y'all miss that.
Yo, we're back. And boy, do we have a topic.
Oh God.
So go ahead, Tiara. Defend your girl, Brittany Reiner.
Okay, no, I'm not.
Yeah, that's your girl. That's your girl. Yeah.
Okay, I'm not defending nothing. Like, I don't like how she be moving, but we can't talk about the whole how she was at. I don't know what university was it.
You said it earlier.
She was at Jackson State. What did it say?
Yeah, and she was saying like, "Oh, hide your sons and stuff." Like, I mean, I get her whole, view on it because she's trying to capitalize. We've been talking about capitalizing all day, and we already know what she did. So I don't know if I would defend her.
You know what? I will.
Oh
What
my
did
God.
she do? What did she do?
Honestly, she
Go
hasn't
ahead.
done
She
anything
just-
different from every other woman on Instagram.
She
What did
just
she do?
bamboozled a nigga.
I'm here with three
Finesse
woman
them?
haters.
How did she bamboozle him?
I mean, I not really bamboozled, but
Here's what I think a lot of
she
dudes
no.
have
What
a
I think the
with.
problem is that she like molded him into being like.
She molded him into being what?
I mean, like.
All right, wait, hold
That's
on.
what
I'm
people
gonna
were
play devil's
saying.
advocate for a second.
Like that she molded him because like she knew him like when he was in high school. She was on his body.
Oh, she was like, oh,
then
that's
finally he like got her like not finally, but
I don't
like,
think
She
it was
was
high
waiting for
school.
it to come up. No,
I
it was
said
high school.
It was
that
high
sounds
school.
very predatory.
She was a predator. That's why people don't
I
really
didn't-
rock
I
with
didn't
it
know that.
because
Yeah,
it's
I
like,
said, "She not my
oh,
girl."
I was talking to him since high school and like literally. So then he finally get to the league and then she's like, okay, let's get married. Let's get like now she's pregnant because they did it super fast from my understanding.
Yeah, but he was in
And
high
then
school though. She
they
was
was just
going
like-
to high school games.
Yeah,
Like,
going
and
to
she's
his
like,
games and stuff. So
She
they
had to
feel
be
like
like 23 at
This
that
is
time.
this is a
25.
bigger issue though.
Yeah, now
I don't know if you've seen Mickey Williams, right? He's a prospect. He might be only 15, 16,
Mikey.
but
Mikey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
posted up with rappers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Drake going to his games and shit like that. I
feel
think
like-
it's
Because
weird.
Drake is at Sierra Canyon games.
But
That's
it
Bronny.
wasn't Sierra Canyon. It was he doesn't.
He's at
play
Mikey
Sierra.
because-
Nah, but he's
But
like
you have to
the-
understand,
it's
Mikey's
Bronny
the in-
and Mikey. They're
Yeah.
like the
They're
You
the
don't think
top.
that's weird though?
No, what I'm saying
It's
is,
all
that,
about
bro, they're
popularity.
influences. So like, just like how LeBron was popular, I feel like now with social media,
LeBron was popular, and only Jay-Z was really like.
Okay, and what I'm saying
Kicking it
is
with him.
the reason we seen that was because of magazines. The internet wasn't where it's at right now. Where it's at right now is
Right.
completely different. Mikey has like 1 million followers.
He does.
So it's like as soon as you get to those levels, and then now that you can get paid, it's literally endless. He doesn't have to go to college. He don't have to do none of this. These people are endorsing him. It's just connections. He's gonna be in the league, so he's gonna be around these people regardless.
Right, but what I'm saying is just how we are demonizing Brittany Renner. A lot of these rappers are doing the same thing that she's doing. They're just not trying to get a baby out of him, obviously. But they are attaching on to him while he's a high schooler. You know what I'm
Riding his
saying?
wave,
Yeah, riding his wave. You know what I'm saying?
That's
So when he gets
different.
into the league, they may fall. Their rap career may not be on anymore,
gonna
but
connect.
now they
If
attach
you think
themselves.
Baby's rap career not gonna be on, they're talking crazy.
I don't remember saying Little Baby, but just any rapper in general. You know what I'm saying?
It's not just the industry in general though.
But yeah,
just
that's
you.
that's
dead.
everybody's game. You're using your resources, your connections. Why not?
But when has it ever been high school kids?
It's a different era now. You have social media, like you said.
What I'm saying, and he's a hooper. So look, Mikey could go from high school basketball this year to playing overseas for a year, and then he's in the NBA at 19.
Wow.
It's
But-
always been like that.
Okay, and what I'm saying is those people was probably meeting the people who are in positions of power.
You ever
like,
seen a picture of Michael Jordan in high school with Michael Jackson?
Michael Jordan wasn't that far, and Michael
I feel
Jackson
like
wasn't
even-
watching
You ever seen
basketball.
Ralph Sampson in a picture with Quincy Jones?
But all of that is fine because it's basketball. I mean, that's really everything in the industry. You're gonna use your connections, blah blah. But when we going back to the Britney thing, as far as like when you
That's
add the
just
sexual,
predatory.
we got that
Yeah,
sexual
that's
aspect
sexual
into it.
aspect.
That's when it
She's
becomes like a
giving,
little
she was
crazy.
what? You say she was
Okay.
23 going to 17-year-old games.
She might have been older than that.
That's
She's
weird.
way older
I
than
think
him.
because
And
she's like almost 30
molding
now.
him because she was like,
Let me see.
oh,
I got you guys. Let's see.
Okay.
Let's see how much older she is.
She
Look,
has to
then
be
it's
like
like-
almost 30 now. at least.
Nonetheless, though,
Sounds really
she's taking what people did, like attacking her and being like, oh, blase blah, like.
Yeah, see what I was
you're
gonna
a
say is
hoe.
I kind of feel like she's trying to get ahead of it's her brand now. She's accepted
she's
that role
just-
and she's trying to get ahead of the jokes because she already know what people are gonna say.
And
about
now
it
she's
at the
just
end of the
using
day.
it to her advantage. Because
Yeah.
people gonna be like, oh, people still want her though.
Yeah, it's
Because guys still gonna want her.
But she
And
knows
so
it's gonna
she's
create a reaction.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, she's 6 years older than him.
Okay.
Oh, well, that's not.
If he was 17, she was.
I mean,
23.
when at that time period when it first started, yeah. But I mean, when you get older, 6 years, it's not like.
If I was 17 and
17
I had
and
a
23-year-old
23-year-old at my
that's super
gang,
bad?
I'm that nigga.
He was already like, nigga, it's
Nah, but
Brittany
now I'm
Reiner.
that nigga. Well, yeah.
But now
Guys
she's
like
a
that.
bigger
Talk to me
problem.
nice.
To be honest, all that money that she asking for, I'm not even gonna get into what I would do, but
I think
Wait, how
those
much
are all
money is she
false.
asking for?
I think those are false reports.
they said what she wanted, like
They talking like-
20 million or something.
Yeah,
A month?
20 million, like over a period.
I
of
think
time.
because
It was like 12
the
million
number
a
they
year or something.
reported was 250,000 a month or something like that.
Yeah,
which
something
is,
crazy.
it doesn't. It's not possible.
But why are people? I want to know. Like, not even trying to defend her, but I feel like when it's a woman, a black woman especially, I feel like the world kind of really attacks her. The same way with Nicki Minaj, because other people have been talking about the vaccine and all of that, but I feel like soon as it's a black woman, it's
what
like more
white
attacking.
what big pop star white women brought up the vaccine?
They all have their own opinions.
Did they say them?
I feel like everyone has said something about it.
Anything that wasn't with
We see them all the
Yeah,
time
nah, I
on
think
news channels
they
and
be a
stuff
little
like that.
nervous. They go against the norm. They
Right.
know it's gonna fuck the bag
right?
up.
Yeah, and they
Oh, it's for
don't.
sure messing
You don't
with the
remember the
bag.
Dixie Chicks? You may not. This is way back.
But,
Dixie Chicks. They said something about George Bush. Got
yeah.
canceled immediately.
Exactly.
So those I don't think
But
Taylor
then-
Swift
but
is
then
coming out
they
like,
came
yo, y'all
back.
do your own
The
research.
Dixie Chicks kind of came back with the Obama train.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
people
I'm gonna
who
say
was
women
against,
in
yeah.
general. I feel like get more
Oh my
canceled than
gosh.
men.
Women get canceled more than
men.
They just
Women
try
are
to
doing
cancel
the
Dave
canceling.
Chappelle.
They just try to cancel Dave Chappelle.
But
That's
that didn't
crazy.
work.
Well, okay,
Even
obviously.
though I still understand
let's
why they're
talk
trying
Dave Chappelle.
to
Let's talk
cancel
Dave
him.
Chappelle.
I haven't even watched it,
Let's talk
so
Dave Chappelle.
I just.
I
saw
watched
it
I
on
have.
socials.
Hey, yo,
Listen, honestly,
I haven't watched it either.
yo, mind you, I was a little under the influence of a few flowers while I was watching it. So
What?
I felt like I was just looking at it into like the deeper extent. But honestly, I feel like he was whatever he was saying as far as a certain community wasn't even that bad. Like he was kind of coming. He was making jokes out of it, of course. He was making jokes, but it wasn't like it. He kept saying,
But he's a
"I'm not
comedian.
talking down and I'm not talking up." He wasn't talking down on them. He's making jokes about them, but he's also like, yo, if you really look at all of my content that I put out,
he
I've
talks
never-
a lot about a lot of people.
Exactly.
I get
yeah,
it.
and he's never
talk
coming,
about
he's never
himself
attacking.
sometimes?
He's never attacking the
right,
specific
right,
community.
right,
They're just
right.
not accepting of the jokes.
Right. But I do understand why they're very sensitive to jokes because you know, they're
the
still
way they're
fighting.
treated.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So
But he's a comedian. This is what he does. He makes fun
I feel
of
like
people for a
comedians
living.
should have.
right.
He
but-
makes fun of him.
Liberty.
Yeah, I mean, at least somewhat, because
Yeah,
like,
free reign.
how can they? This is their craft. Like, how are they supposed to express themselves if they're censored? Like, especially in something.
So here's the
about
thing.
making
No
people laugh.
comedian has ever been censored. You know what I'm saying? You can't find me a comedian that got canceled for their content.
But
Comedians
why is
have
everything
been-
so censored all
but
the
now they're
time?
trying to.
Nothing is censored, and nobody who's trying to.
Nah, shit is for sure.
No,
censored.
everyone's
what
trying to
what
censor
comedians
stuff.
are censored?
No, not
I feel
comedians.
like everybody.
But the world in general. I feel like that's
It
why we
depends
have
on-
so much cancel culture
Yeah.
because people
There
can't even
is no
state their own opinion no more. Like,
Because
Dang.
a lot of opinions don't need to be stated
why?
because they're just not right. You know what I'm saying?
But who
Uh,
says that it's right or not? Like,
I can tell you. You telling me I can't tell you a
saying
wrong
you saying
opinion?
morally is not right.
Morally, it's not right.
to say your own opinion. But that's what makes shows like this podcast right here. We talking about our own opinion.
Listen,
It's raw. It's authentic.
You know,
feel like
Sierra,
it's
but
a
there's
dangerous
certain
topic,
things.
bro.
There's certain things we will not say on here.
Look,
And I
Marcus,
can
I
give you
understand
that
what you're
for a
saying,
fact.
but I feel like that's a slippery slope
That's
because
just-
the more we
I
move
feel like
into that
that's just using
direction,
discernment.
the way the world has already been moving, everybody is a little more. And I'm not speaking about no community when I say this. I'm saying just in general, it's been a lot more sensitivity with
But
everything.
as it should be, because
But-
what are we losing with that? You know what I'm
Authenticity,
saying?
like we were saying earlier, because the more we move into that direction,
Listen.
I was watching the Boondocks the other day. I'm like, yo, I can't understand how this was played on TV.
You're talking. I'm a South Park fan. They go
Alright.
wild,
Exactly,
and
that's
South
what we
Park is
enjoy.
still airing years later. So what I'm
Okay.
telling
I have
you
a
is
theory
there
about
is
that.
no real cancel culture. They don't get rid of people.
Some
For,
people
They get rid of. They get rid of who they
what
want to get rid of.
comedian?
Exactly.
What comedian
South
have
Park
they
is
got
a
rid of?
very-
What comedian have they got rid
They
of?
get rid of people that they
None.
want to get rid of. We're not just even talking about comedians.
But
We're
a lot
talking
of
about as a
comedians,
whole.
a lot of comedians
As a
aren't
whole,
sustained.
who have they got rid of?
No, to be honest, but a lot
Bro,
of
who got
comedians,
canceled just
yeah,
in life?
listen.
yeah. Let me ask you that.
a lot of comedians
Yo, I
aren't
can think of-
sustaining
hold
off
up.
of big company checks. I feel like they're sustaining more off of. I feel like they're sustaining more off of like live shows, and they get a bigger bag from that. Like instead
Meaning
of-
what? They're not
really censored.
they're not
They can't-
susceptible to being canceled.
I'm saying, but the only people that really have the control is like the media at the grander scale. But if you're doing local, like you're doing a tour, you're like your own. You set up your own tour of like I'm doing these.
But that's how
Tour
it
is
should.
different from
But
when
hold
you-
on,
when you're
hold on,
presented
hold on.
with
you
the
see,
network.
you see how
The network is not going to get
you guys
behind.
are right.
Y'all follow Desi Banks on IG?
Yeah.
No,
Look,
he's
'cause-
terrible.
What?
Yo, this
He's
man.
not
on the video.
funny.
It depends on the video.
Okay.
But
follow
my whole
Drewski
thing
and
is
all?
Drewski like
Drewski's
that.
hilarious.
Okay.
Here's the thing. Here's the problem. You're just mad because people. Never mind. Drewski beat you at your own game.
What?
He beat you what?
He's trying to call.
He tried to call me Drewski? Okay, that was a good one.
Listen. I think that it should be a push and pull of, hey, you can say whatever you want.
You really can't though. I feel like.
Hold on, you can.
Marcus is
But
right.
a company doesn't have to back you. Boosie is not cancelable.
Because he's
Because he's
backed
not
by
commercial.
Exactly.
So he
That
can
man
say
is
whatever
funny.
he wants and he don't have a problem.
But he
Because
now has a ceiling.
he's not asking for those big companies to back him.
Exactly.
If people want to have their cake and eat it too. They want to be able to say whatever they want and have people take them
Yeah.
whenever they say what they want.
Exactly.
You can say whatever you want, but just understand you're gonna be employed by yourself.
That's
And
fine.
you're gonna have, and that's
You have to
fine.
create that bag by
you
yourself.
want to be able to say whatever you want and still be propped up by the big major corporations.
Then I feel like it
the
just
big
depend on
major
the field.
corporations have to worry about PR, and if you're a bad PR move, they're gonna have to drop
Okay,
you.
so let's say like you're a celebrity, you're in like the music and all of that. So you feel like, I don't know, because I feel like you want them to be authentic. People be like, oh, I want you to be authentic. I feel, or they'll be like, oh, I feel like you moving funny, blah 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 blah. But at the end of the day, it's all a whole PR thing. So
I'ma
you
tell
feel
you why
like
the
those
baby
people
didn't get
can't be
canceled.
authentic.
The
they
baby
are
is-
authentic
is-
and
is-
they don't get canceled.
No.
That's why
I
they
listen to
can't get-
rappers that rap about all types of stuff. I'm talking about wild stuff. And they're doing just fine. They're doing shows. They may not have their music on a Sprite commercial. You know what I'm saying? If you want to have your music, Rick Ross with the Molly on the champagne,
Mm-hmm.
if he didn't have a Reebok endorsement, it wouldn't have mattered. But he had to
Nah, he would've caught
apologize.
some slander, but his
It
bag
wouldn't matter.
his
It
bag
wouldn't have
have
mattered.
been-
I see what you're saying.
But
His
because
bag.
he wants to go commercial with the Reebok endorsement and everything like that, he wants to do wing stops and be on commercials. You have to, now you have to get rid of your authenticity when you want to be in the spotlight like that.
Because I mean, yeah, it just determines what you want to do. Do you want to get the bigger bag,
Right.
and cut it down a little bit,
Everything is-
or do you want to be super true to yourself and get a bag?
That's kind of
but
like
one that you can get
currency
away
and Wiz
more.
Khalifa. But aside from that, I feel like everything is just money driven. You feel me? And I just feel like it's a dangerous area we get in when we're moving in the direction of the safety of everyone's feelings and not offending anyone. Because eventually, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, everything we
You're not
see,
gonna be able to say anything.
yeah, like everything we see is just gonna be
But
cookie cutter. Like
what's the problem with
That's boring.
not offending people you don't know? We're not talking about friends, because I can say whatever I want to my friends, and you
No, I'm
guys
talking
aren't
about
going to cancel
I'm
me.
talking about strictly content based. I don't say you should go out your way to offend anyone, but like
Content
having to walk on eggshells with everything that you put in front of the world, it's like that's not going to be.
you don't
fun
have
watch.
to unless it. Listen, there's content, there's podcasts, I'm sure, websites and all for flat out racist, white supremacists, right?
Yeah.
Do they have to watch what they say?
No, because they're
No.
supporting themselves.
Thank you. They're not looking for an NBC bag. They're not looking for an ABC bag. So yes, it will drive to the point of where if you want to get to a major corporation, you're gonna have to watch what you say. Anyhow,
So
you want
basically got
But
to
then
say
we're
what they
giving-
say.
No.
They want you to say. Basically.
right.
Exactly.
If
Then
you
we're giving-
want that big bag, if you
Sounds like a lot of control to me.
Exactly. Look,
hey, guess
they're
what?
taking the
When I'm
words out my
cutting the
mouth.
checks, I have control.
But
if
you
you
as
don't
a
want
creator,
anybody
you
to
should have-
control you,
Okay, so
you're-
now we
you
gonna
as a
get-
creator, you offer something as well. You can't just be used as a puppet.
Oh,
guess
wow,
what?
okay.
And I don't have to be. I could take my content somewhere else.
No, but I'm saying just the fact of, do you think it's fair in the sense of the networks having
I
complete
think
control of
when they're cutting the checks, it doesn't have to be fair.
Okay, I'm not gonna.
If I tell you to come into my house,
that's not right morally though.
If I tell you to come in my house, I want you to do some work on my walls,
but you can't talk about morality.
But you got to take your shirt off, right? You could either say, you know what, I don't want your money, I want to keep my shirt on, and you could go get another job. Or if you want my money to come do my walls, you're gonna have to take your shirt off.
It's a difference. The person coming to do your walls has no clout. And I don't want to use the word clout because it's such an intangible word, but if let's say a Dave Chappelle comes to your network, he has a huge following. As a network, he's going to bring watchers and listeners and viewers to your network. He has the word is escaping me right now, but he has negotiation negotiation.
Oh, he has. You would think so.
I mean, that's just an example, but you know what I'm saying? Like you as a rapper, let's say anybody big, let's say Drake, for instance. I know it's not possible, but Drake came to a label and was like, "Yo, I want a partnership or something like that." He did it
with Apple.
He has the right to negotiate. You feel me?
Right,
because of his track record. You get what I'm saying? So it's not like someone coming to fix your walls or paint your walls or whatever. Of course, you could just kind of, I don't want to say boss him around, tell him what to do, but it's all the ball's in your court in that instance.
But
because
the balls
he's not
is over. Even with a Drake, right? If Drake were to come out and say something crazy, the ball's no longer in his court. Because we could say Drake has clout, but he's not anything compared to these companies that we're talking about. So Drake has clout, but Apple is not willing to take a PR hit for Drake. Even Drake himself.
If it was anybody, they probably might. It might be Drake, but I see what you're saying.
But after a certain point, they would even be like, "All right, Drake, we're gonna have to cut our losses." Yeah, because I mean, we serve such a wide community that we have to make sure that we don't offend too many people.
I might just be a contrarian in this sense. I just don't like networks having that much power.
Okay, so we talking about control, power. So let's just and cutting. Let's cut into the next break.
All right, yeah, we'll get back to you guys.
Because you said power cutting.
I go for the gold. Yeah, I go for the gold.
Nigga, you ain't gonna make it anyway.
Alright. Dropping the after my humbleness, taking my skill to a height where you won't forget, bearing my name in the memory banks of the game. I swear I'll never be the same. I go for the gold. Seeing my name in the lane with glitz and the fame. They think I'm insane, attempting to live out a dream where everyone know my name. Cheers to the main. Loyalty tough, my squad ready and we living it up. This is something that we wanted, we taking it over, not giving a hint of a fuck. Woo! Step in the ring and get gory. Hunter hooky about the forfeit, pin is too cold, and rocks got me feeling so auric. The touch of a king from the south is a blessing bestowed on by those who deserve it. I figured you're worth it to grace in my presence. So strapped on the crown as I chased on my purpose. I'm very observant. Study the game like a predator. Apex and flex over all my competitors. Travel the world while connecting the dots. Spilling my E, not a sight for the blind. Mechanical workers are ticking away. It's time for the botches to get it in gear. Keep bringing bats now ready to play. More falling up for the height of my year. Career taking off with fantastical jumps. He's leasing my leaving Khalil on the bench. Random as Spider-Ham hanging with Bruce in the city. With Bacon with blemish like damn. Dropping the after my humbleness. Taking my skill to a height where you won't forget. My name in the memory banks of the game. I swear I'll never be the same. I go for the gold. Seeing my name in the lane with glitz and the fame. They think I'm insane, attempting to live out a dream where everyone know my name. Cheers to the main. Ha. Loyalty tough, my squad ready and we living it up. This is something that we wanted, we taking it over, not giving a hint of a fuck. Woo! Step in the ring and get gory. Hunter hooky about the forfeit, pin is too cold, and rocks got me feeling so auric. Mighty as touch with the golden demeanor. Shot coming naturally, attitude bold. Envisioning all my success on the wishes of water and trees made of money to grow. Pushing myself to a limit where normally stricken. I'm far from the ordinary, I ain't tripping. I feel I'm the greatest, I prove to the world that it ain't no debating. I'm faded but focused and up to the task. Completing a list with a bucket drawn on it. I'm seeing my rise on a digital dash. The numbers are eager to show what I'm scoring. Never the type for the quiet approach. If I want it, I get it, I'm buying a boat. Shooting my shot as a sandwich. My father, I'll stuck with the metal and shine like a bolt. Dropping the after my humbleness, taking my skill to a height where you won't forget, bearing my name in the memory banks of the game. I swear I'll never be the same. I go for the gold. Seeing my name in the lane with glitz and the fame. They think I'm insane, attempting to live out a dream where everyone know my name. Cheers to the main. Ha. Loyalty tough, my squad ready and we living it up. This is something that we wanted, we taking it over, not giving a hint of a fuck. Woo! Step in the ring and get gory. Hunter hooky about the forfeit, pin is too cold, and rocks got me feeling so auric. You snuff out my light, you're stopping my grind, extinguish my star. I don't want that. You snuff out my light, you're stopping my grind, you eclipse my sun. Who decide that? You snuff out my light, you're stopping my grind, extinguish my star. I don't want that. You snuff out my light, you're stopping my grind, you eclipse my sun. Who decide that?
And we're back. Yeah, so just going back to what we were talking about with cancel culture, and
I was getting into it on break because dang.
And listen, I do feel like, you know, cancel culture is overstated, and Nigel was making a good point that if we do, I guess, limit what is being said, people will be able to manipulate what's on in our media, like our mass media. But
that's
what I have to tell, that's also true. Yeah. And here's the thing. I don't think these companies are driving that outrage. You have to think the audience is driving that outrage. So if someone, you know what I'm saying? It's not like the companies are calling for these people to get canceled.
We don't know that though.
The people are calling for these people to get canceled.
Well, the people are the soldiers. Well, okay, I see what you said.
Even if they're the soldiers, right? So let's say someone is wearing purple on a screen, right? And I make a tweet and I say, "Yo, this is very colorphobic. Why are they wearing purple?" I'm gonna get ratioed to hell. Everybody's gonna be like, "Shut up."
Yo, on some funny,
and that's it.
But you're not a major person. You're not no.
Even if I was, let's say if I was a major person and I said that, people wouldn't jive with it. They wouldn't agree, and they would just be like, "Yo, get out of here."
It'll be like, what's her name?
What
saying
you guys
that they got aliens.
What you guys aren't understanding is
girl?
the reason why is these things are gaining traction. Exactly. They'd be like, "Yo, get the fuck out of here."
But Demi Lovato was
the reason why a lot of these things are gaining traction is because it's taking the pulse of the people, and the people do want these things to stop.
So why they canceled Donald Trump on Twitter then?
You said what?
Why they canceled Donald Trump on Twitter?
This
Why
man's
he can't have no more?
was actually following.
Somebody is always going to be offended, regardless of what you
do.
But
hold on, we're talking about when we're in a democracy. We're talking about the masses.
Okay, so why did Twitter ban him then?
Why did Twitter ban him? The insurrection. I'm assuming.
No, you just said that people are not going to follow what they're going to be like. Man, you know, whatever. But clearly, people are followers because.
Oh yeah, he has a huge following. He won the election.
But you just said let's say you just said scenario. You had a huge following.
Something
he didn't win the election. I know what you were saying, but he won the electoral college. Yeah.
Oh well, that's the election. If you want to get into that.
I'm not even trying to talk about politics. I'm just saying what you just said because you said scenario wise. What if I had a huge following and I said this? People are going to be like, "Oh no, we're not going to listen to that." But people have been shown to listen to what major corporations and think people say.
Right. So people obviously, and that's what we were talking about earlier with Nicki Minaj. People following things that didn't really make sense, you know. But people still, even though Donald Trump never said he wanted to be a role model, people still follow his lead.
So what you just.
So what the point I'm making is Donald Trump, if you were to look at his mentions and everything like that, it was half and half. You had half the people saying, yeah, we agree with you, and half the people saying you're a lunatic.
Follow him though. That's the thing though.
So what I'm saying is
it was enough
same
lunatics
thing with,
to follow.
Right. So, but that has real world consequences where he was actually calling to action. He wasn't calling for anything to be canceled. He was saying go somewhere.
So do you feel like
and
certain people should be canceled then because
of? I feel like kind of like natural selection.
So people pick and choose exactly who they want to cancel.
Right.
So society definitely sets up.
It
who
depends on who your following
this is what I think.
It depends on who your
who your audience is.
Who your audience is.
On just like on a grand scale of things, I feel like the network people you can frame someone's mind into thinking one way or another.
You can.
Feel
people
me?
do all the time.
And it's all content based. It's all dependent on what media you consume.
Media. Right.
So if you have the power to control media,
right,
you can control the population in the way they think.
Right.
So you can have someone, you could basically make someone outraged into one direction or another.
All right. And so what I would say to you with that point is your point is scientifically proven. You're right. That media does drive And my point would be, there's so many other things in the media that we need to combat and get rid of out of the media that's doing us a lot worse. There's a lot more agendas that are much worse than the gay agenda.
No,
in
I'm not
quotes.
talking about, I'm talking
I'm
about
saying just in general,
the
just
networks.
cancel culture agenda and things like that. I feel like the media is very complicit in how black men are viewed, how black people as a whole are viewed, stereotypes and things like that.
For sure.
I kind of go back with Dave Chappelle because he was wilding the way he was portraying black people over there. Wilding.
Right,
Chappelle
right.
show.
Yeah, and that's why he left. If you remember, that's why he
He
said he
went to
left.
Africa?
He didn't really like how they were paying him and what he was portraying. But I feel like there's a lot more things that we need to, instead of saying, hey, we shouldn't cancel, we should cancel certain things. Maybe we should start off with portraying black people as violent and
have to stop
only
taking
having
those roles. That's the only way that'll work.
That's a whole
That's
nother topic.
integrity,
Yeah, that's a-
I don't
that is
know
a
if people
whole
got the
nother
integrity
I
for that.
don't think that
No.
we should stop taking those roles
No,
because
I'm gonna tell you why. Because
Go
for
ahead.
example, back in the day when they used to, have Asian people as like bellhops and servants and man maids, at a certain point in media, those Asian people stopped taking those roles. They said we don't want to be portrayed like that. So they don't want to be portrayed like that. And once the collective group figures out and was like, okay, well, we're not going to do that. Well, guess what happens? They're going to stop doing those roles. They're going to stop trying to give us those roles. So if it's something that we need to change, it's either that we need to start controlling the content, which is kind of.
But here's the thing. What roles are you speaking of? Because we just talked about a man who is literally creating an empire of shows
But
with
that's a different type
black
of portrayal.
people.
I think
that's
he breaks-
entertainment and it's black and it's black.
But the
it's
black
like,
mafia family was real.
Bellhops weren't documentaries; they were entertainment.
I'm saying the way that they're portrayed, like the way the black man is portrayed in those, is kind of like it's understandable, relatable.
Why
but
is it
are all
relatable?
Asian people? No,
See, look what you just did.
Because
it's
that's our
not
community.
relatable.
That's our
That's
community.
not our community.
Our
But some
community
people-
isn't-
All of our,
not all of our
It is true to
communities are
some
like-
people,
it's
but-
true to
That
some
did
people,
happen.
just like
lives.
some Asian people were bellhops.
but not all of them in every TV show.
Are you telling me
is
that
Same thing with
every-
black people, though.
So you're
Thank
saying
you.
black
No,
people-
I'm saying what I'm saying though.
there you
is-
go.
What I'm saying though, that's the only way they were portrayed in those films, in those shows.
And I think a lot of people will
That's why
argue
they
with you that the
stopped.
only way that we are portrayed in films are violent criminals.
And I can show you other films that
and I bet you I can show you other films from
course, they
Asians
have a-
back in the day that weren't
No, you can't.
portrayed as
No, you
bellhops.
can't. Show me some from the 1920s. I'll take it right
But he's
now.
talking about
I'll take
American culture because
American films.
even
Show me.
in that time period, 1920s, you didn't see black people playing major roles and stuff like that.
They were still
You
using
only
white.
saw
They were
them
still using
shit,
blackface
nothing.
and stuff like that.
course.
And then the only time black people really started taking control of like the media is like the
When we
1960s. I'm saying
What?
control of how it was how our opinions were voiced for real was like black exploitation. And with that being said,
I mean,
we're gonna have to do a part 2 because we can really get into the
Yeah.
nitty
have to
gritty.
talk
I
about
don't
the
wanna
powers
do
that
it.
be.
I mean, yeah, but I mean,
Because this is a whole nother topic on its own.
it
If we're
is.
talking about
The
representation,
integrity of people
Yeah.
playing these roles.
yeah.
Exactly.
You
And
could
I
go,
can come
you
with
could,
that.
you could always get into that, but I mean, just to wrap it up, I mean, honestly, I think that a lot of
Control
people
the
need to have more.
but you just never mind.
Look,
Go ahead.
For example, one thing I would say is that you have to try to control the media that you're putting out and just use your platform correctly in a wise way. That's why
you
we're
as a
on-
viewer, you have
on-
to be responsible in what media you consume.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it
We're
plays a bigger role in your
but
life
now
than you think.
we're doing
So-
media right now ourselves. So I feel
Yeah, we
like-
are.
So
Yeah,
we're
I feel like
controlling
we
our
responsible.
platform.
Yeah.
We're using
Right,
our
and you have to
voices,
control your
and that's
platform
exactly
and
what
use
it
your
is.
voice for what
So,
you want to.
The
yeah.
Parle Podcast. We can talk all day.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You're really good.
So,
Yeah.
We need, we adding a little spice with the toxicities next episode. I feel like
Next
we ain't get enough of that in here.
God.
Let's
So
talk.
yeah,
They
man.
always
I was
get
trying to
toxic.
spare Tierra. You know what I'm saying?
Spare me, nah.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
ready for y'all toxic behaviors and y'all woman hating.
You're literally talking.
Hey, wait, hold on. I'm not owning that. I'm not a woman hater.
That's crazy.
That's
Feminist
just
this way.
Marcus.
Feminist vibe this way.
None of us at the Parle Podcast are women haters. And
And Tierra is probably the most toxic one.
right,
oh my
right,
God.
right.
Definitely not. But okay.
But we're gonna wrap this up. Nice seeing you guys again.
Shout out D.L.E. Radio.
Yep.
D.L.E. Radio,
D.L.E.
definitely.
Radio.
You know, we like this setup. You know what I'm saying? You guys seen us in other other things.
Spaces.
Carlo and Nigel's house is where we started.
I can't wait for the journey for them to see
You know what I'm
us, like,
saying?
you know,
Yeah.
evolve.
From the
Parle
top.
Podcast definitely will be coming back to y'all.
Definitely. And we are out.
Stay black.
Follow us on the Parle Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, if your mother wants to watch, and Twitter.
Goodbye.
Stay black.
Stay black.
Remember, I said stay black.